What's up, my dude? Ski Martin Wutte? Don't really know how to pronounce your last name, but I appreciate that membership, big dog. They are canceling / postponing the 2023 Oakland Supercross race. This comes as a bit of a shocker here because, don't quote Spency Boy on this, but I'm pretty sure this has never happened before where they have canceled a Supercross race strictly for, like, too much rain or, like, bad weather, inclement weather. Like, I don't think that's ever happened before. Maybe it's happened way back in the day, but I don't really remember it. I guess it's possible, but Motocross and Supercross has it's always kind of had that reputation of we ride no matter what. We ride in any weather conditions. We have the race in any weather conditions, no matter how much of a mudder it is, no matter how bad it gets. This is motocross, right? This has got the whole community in an uproar. You got half of the people saying, how could you do this? AMA Supercross, what are you doing? How could you just cancel a Supercross race like that? Then you got the other half of people that are going in there and saying, oh, well, it's totally okay. No big deal. We'll just move on to the next round. So I think at this point they're trying to reschedule it for like a month from now. So probably in there, they typically have like one weekend during the Supercross season where they don't have a Supercross race. So I guess they're kind of canceling it from this weekend to that certain weekend that there wasn't already a Supercross race. You know what I'm saying? But this is going to create all kinds of craziness for the different teams. I'm sure all these privateer dudes already had like hotel rooms. Now, whenever that time comes where they rescheduled this Oakland race, I think it's like they would be going to Daytona and then Oakland and then back across the country again. So this is going to create a lot of different craziness when it comes to the different teams. Maybe not as much craziness for the factory teams, but certainly the privateer teams. Just those kind of dudes even being able to get to that race. They already paid for everything. I don't know. This seems kind of crazy to me, but my own personal opinion is I'm honestly somewhere in between on this when it comes to my actual opinion on it. So, like, listen, if it's just been nonstop coming down a toad strangler for like 2 or 3 weeks straight in Oakland, if it's been nonstop rain, I suppose it can get to a point where you just literally cannot even build the track. You literally just get to a point where it's like the weather has just been so much rain, so wet, so muddy, so slick, giggity. You know what I mean? You got so much rain to the point to where they can't even possibly think about building the track to even run the race. But I think more information came out on that, and I think what it actually more so was just there was just so much rain that it was going to be like a hazard for the people to even drive to the event. Just like a hazard all the way around, more of like a general danger type situation for the surrounding area, or it was just kind of in poor taste to have an event when they've had like, catastrophic levels of rain. And I can totally understand that. Like if it's that bad, it's that bad. You know what I mean? And I can't see them canceling, the first time they ever want to cancel a Supercross race for, too much rain. It had to have been bad. It had to have been next level rain. At first I was kind of thinking like, man, is it just storming so bad that like lightning is becoming a risk, or maybe tornadoes? I don't even know if they have tornadoes in California. I don't even know. But I know that California's been going through a, totally not usual kind of levels of rain and all that kind of stuff. And one thing I want to point out is I don't live in Oakland. I don't build these Supercross tracks. I don't work for Dirt Works or whatever it is. Like, I don't technically do any of that, okay? Just want to point that out here. So I can't really speak on it like that, like I know what these guys are going through, because I don't know what they're going through. But the flip side to all that is, you know, you think back to some of the most awesome mud races, the Ricky Carmichael mud races, the Chad Reed blowing up his bike in the mud. Those tracks were pretty damn gnarly, bro. I mean, it was just like standing water across pretty much the whole entire track. It was muddy as muddy can ever get, you know what I mean? I don't see how it can get like much more rain or mud than those kind of epic mud Supercross races that we had before. So I can totally understand when people will bring up that sort of argument of like, well, if you haven't really canceled any races because of rain before, then why are you doing it now? I don't know. That's just my own 2 cents on it, you know? But either way, no Oakland until later. So first it got, people thought it just got canceled, but then technically it got postponed. So that's going to be kind of bizarre, randomly going back to Oakland later on in the series. I don't know, it's just going to kind of be weird because, as you guys know, Supercross is known for having the first at least 4 or 5 rounds in California. Like, it typically goes like Anaheim 1, Oakland, Anaheim 2, San Diego, you know what I'm saying? It kind of does that sort of number. Then it goes like overseas shit. It goes over to the East Coast. We're not going over to Australia, Spency boy. We're not going to visit Jet Lawrence over there. Holy shit. But you know what I'm saying, though. Then it kind of does that California thing for like 4 or 5 rounds. Then it goes like Arlington or goes to like, it goes typically like Arlington, then Atlanta, then Daytona. And that kind of has like a bit of a road map, you know what I mean? But when they cancel a race like this, it pretty much puts a nuke on all that, you know? So that's like even more of a, I can see where people are coming from when they say, you know, it better be worth it. It better be the worst weather conditions known to mankind. You better be having damn near, you know, tropical storm, tornadic style weather for you to cancel a Supercross race for bad weather. That's all I got to say. It had better be the worst of the worst of the worst for you to do that, because otherwise you're changing the whole series. You're making it to where now certain riders have a week off that weren't expecting it. You're screwing over all the privateers that paid to go to Oakland, were expecting to go to Oakland, you know, had all that in their travel plans, and now it's going to be really hard for some of those privateers to make it to Oakland on this postponed date. So I think it creates a lot more of a problem than some people fully understand, you know. But my point is, like, if it ain't the worst of the worst, then you need to run that race. You know, if it's not like actual tornado level, you know, next level kind of weather, then you need to run that race. I can't really speak on what it's been doing in Oakland weather-wise because I don't live there, but I'm just saying, for future reference, you know, you certainly don't need to be canceling Supercross races very often for too bad of weather. That does not need to become a norm. That does not need to become a new thing that you do. You know what I mean? This needs to be like a one and done, one time kind of thing. Because otherwise, we're literally never going to see another actual mudder Supercross race. And that would be terrible. That would be some terrible times. That's all I got to say. So, either way, Spency boy signing out on this one, bro. See you boys on that next one. Later, dudes.